Buenos días, buenas tardes. Hi, my name is Aned Muñiz, and I am your Spanish professor. Um, I am sending you this little video before the semester begins because I always get several questions about it. And I do have most of your Canvas shells. I opened the welcome page, right? So that you'll know that there is no textbook required or that you need to purchase. All the material will be available on Canvas, and that is includes, but it's not limited to, videos which will be sent as like recorded mini lessons by me or by somebody else with better video editing skills, because mine are horrible, right? My video editing is basically just start and stop. And that's it, right? And that's why sometimes I use other people's, because what I would say, a video that would take me 10 minutes without edits, somebody can probably do it in 5 if they edit out all the blob, right? And the transitions, the awkward transitions, etc. So yes, so I have mine and then supplemented by other videos. Also the graphics, I like graphics. I'm a visual learner as well and logical, mathematical thinker. So I like to see things and compare and see, for example, a verb conjugation. What do you do? What do you have? And what do you add? And I like to show them in different colors, etc., to make it really obvious to all different kinds of learners. Um, so you will have, of course, the grammar charts, the PowerPoints, all that will be on Canvas. Canvas also will have the videos. I will send you more videos. I will also have weekly office hours, and I normally host the optional, right, not required sessions, because I will be recording a video every week anyway to send to you guys. So what I try to do is I often open those sessions to people, so you can also come and participate and ask questions in real time. And also we may play some of the games that I assign for the week. And if you play them live, then that means you don't have to do them again and submit it on Canvas. So yes, so that's the scope. So you'll have videos, you will have grammar charts, you will have readings, you will have all the material which will be available to you. So if there's one thing that you should try to do, if you have time for it now, to do before you start the semester, is try to familiarize yourself with how to record video and embed video on Canvas, because that is going to be very important. Every week we'll have a discussion, and that is going to, for the asynchronous classes, that mimics what we would be doing in a real classroom, like in real time, talking to each other, except you can do it at 3 in the morning or at 3 in the afternoon, whichever time you prefer, right? So you will have to talk. And yes, and video is not required unless I specifically mention that. And when video is required, it's usually when you have to show something, like if I ask you to do a verb conjugation demonstration. And in that case, I want you to show, like, this is how I do it. But you can also have your voice and you can be sharing something on your screen, or you could be hiding behind a whiteboard if you go analog, right? And then write on it, or show like focus on your hand and writing the process. So again, many times you don't, when video is required, you may not necessarily need to show your face unless I ask you specifically for it. And in Spanish class, I mean, if on the first semester, I sometimes ask people to do like a selfie project. And in those cases, I would like people to have at least one of the pictures being of themselves. But you could be like if Halloween is coming, you could be holding a mask or well, I'm just saying for people who, like I had somebody who was very self-conscious because she had strabism last semester. And again, I don't think anything's wrong with that, right? But I'm also self-conscious about the dark circles that I naturally had under my eyes since I was born, right? I was born with them. There's nothing I can do, but I know I don't like them. So I don't know. The lighting is wrong with this. I think it's oh yes, I have, yeah, and it's compensating for low light because I have the light behind my head. So I'm quite happy because it doesn't show as marked, but normally you see me, it's like, wow, you haven't slept for in a week, right? And that may or may not be true, but anyway, so I understand when people would like either want to look their best or they don't like the way they look. So they, but also you have filters. Uh, let's see, I think I've never played with them, but I think, okay, like you have things like this, or I don't know, like that, or I don't know. So there are several things that people can use when they want to mask their appearance a little bit. I don't know. Oh yeah. That so okay, yeah, that hides most of my face already. So yeah, that's pretty neat. I never tried that before. So let's go back to none. Okay, yes. Good, that's me again. Yeah, I just have a background filter because I'm not in Puerto Rico anymore. I'm back, but that's where I'm from. And oh yes, what I wanted to also say, the canvas, the video has to be embedded, meaning um, it has to be played on the page because we don't want anybody to have to download a file from the discussion in order to play it. So, and that's also against college rules. They make us go through trainings every year about like not to download anything. So I guess for students it may be something similar, but yes, I'm not going to ask you to like download. So that's why we use Canvas because everything is there and we can use all those tools without, and you can submit even work and embed it in a page, even if it's a file, and you can see it there and open it without having to download it for your computer. And that's important also for the discussion to flow and people to reply to each other easily. And I have some videos on how to do that. The last semester there was an issue where Canvas was not working properly for almost a weekend, and sometimes things are due on weekends, not because I want you to work on a weekend, but because instead of having it due when we have a classroom, we may have things due on a weekday, right? The last day of the week or the first day. But since we are online, we have the benefit of like extended time, right? So instead of having things due on a Thursday or a Wednesday, if our class were Monday, Wednesdays, or Tuesday, Thursdays, I can give you that extra time. So the important thing is try to do things earlier if you know you are going to be busy on the weekend. So things are typically available, like they open on the when a unit opens, you will see all the work from the beginning. The only thing that may not be open from the beginning is the quiz. And there's a quiz for every unit, but those I want people to go through the material before trying the quiz. Because sometimes I have people like, oh, let me see the quiz about the conditional tense, and they've never seen it. And then um, like that happens once when by error everything was open from the beginning. And I had somebody try to finish the course in the first week, the entire class. And of course, the results were not the best. And everybody gets 2 attempts for most quizzes, right? That are real quizzes. The homework, you have unlimited attempts typically. But the real quizzes, if you have 2 attempts, then one of them was gone. And then they said, oh crap, I have to like study or read this thing before I do the quiz again. But then I realized and I had to, okay, let's hide this until we have a chance to go through the material to ensure that people can absorb it and do well with it and learn it, obviously. So that's basically it. I will go over this again. You will have on the first day of class, you'll have the um, a welcome email and you'll have an announcement on Canvas that tells you the plan for at least the first week. And glad to have you this semester.